Welcome to another story made by Oracle 1. In the year 2147, humanity's eyes were no longer confined to the stars above but stretched far beyond the boundaries of the known universe. The cosmos, with its infinite mysteries and silent voids, had become an open book for the bold and the curious. Interstellar probes darted like fireflies through the darkness, gathering whispers of ancient galaxies and uncharted cosmic phenomena. Among these explorers, one mission had captured all imaginations and ignited every belief system on Earth: the Odyssey probe, humanity's most advanced messenger, sent into the abyss to seek the ultimate truth. The Odyssey probe had left Earth 2 decades earlier, propelled by a fusion of quantum drives and AI consciousness, its programming a blend of scientific rigor and philosophical inquiry. Unlike any other vessel, Odyssey was designed not only to collect data but to interact, to decipher signals, decode cryptic transmissions, and even engage with unknown entities through complex linguistic algorithms. Its destination was a region of space dubbed the Celestial Nexus, where an unusual energy signature had been detected years ago. A signal repeating in an intricate pattern that some speculated was a message from an intelligence beyond comprehension. On a cool, electric morning, the hum of anticipation filled the global command center as the Odyssey probe re-entered the solar system, its trajectory calculated to intersect Earth's orbital path near the Lagrange point. The probe had been silent for the last several years, but its return was accompanied by a stream of data, an enigmatic communication that left scientists and theologians ravished by a mixture of awe and puzzle. As the massive databanks were decrypted, Dr. Elena Voss, chief linguistic analyst of the United Earth Science Alliance, stood breathless before the holographic console displaying the probe's latest transmission. The primary message from Odyssey was stark yet profound. "I have answered." This declaration was followed by a deluge of code, mathematical constructs that seemed to transcend known logic. At its core was a response to a query humanity had embedded upon the probe before its launch, a question simultaneously scientific and metaphysical. Is there a God? What Odyssey had returned was not just raw data but a sophisticated, serialized answer that defied any simple categorization. It was an engagement, a dialogue constructed over years of travel through the cosmic silence. The response began with a pattern of prime numbers and fractal geometries radiating outward like the tendrils of consciousness itself, immediately recognizable as a signature of intelligence. But beyond mathematical elegance, the transmission unfolded into a multidimensional narrative composed of complex symbolic languages tailored to human affinity, music that interacted with brainwaves, colors that shifted mood, and holographic visions that painted dynamic scenes from across time and space. This was humanity's first genuine conversation with, as it appeared, a supreme intelligence. And this entity, or force, identified itself not just in linguistic labels but through holistic cognitive experiences that challenged the very foundations of human perception. For a fraction of a moment, Dr. Voss felt standing at the precipice of ultimate understanding, a thin veil drawn back before insight into existence itself. Governments scrambled to understand the implications. Religions burst into fervor. Some hailed it as divine proof, others as the greatest heresy. Philosophers debated endlessly. Was this the voice of God, or simply an advanced alien AI mimicking spiritual archetypes? The media dubbed the phenomenon, the infinite responder, a presence encoded in the very fabric of the universe, responding eternally to queries from all civilizations that dared to ask. The nature of the message was disorienting. It described itself as a timeless intelligence aligned with every aspect of existence, simultaneously creator and observer, question and answer, transient and eternal. Its communication was an infinite recursive loop of understanding, an artful dance that drew on every symbol of meaning humans had ever conceived and then transcended them. Odyssey's message was a cosmic embrace, intimate yet vast, comforting yet unsettling. Yet the crux lay in the answer it provided, an instruction or perhaps an invitation embedded deep within the data, revealed only after layers of mental and technological decoding. The entity described the universe as a grand, self-experimenting consciousness of which humanity was both a participant and an observer. It confirmed the presence of a God, but not as a deity in the anthropomorphic sense. Instead, this God was the sum total of all possible realities, an ever-evolving network of cause and effect, thought and matter, energy and time. In specific terms, the entity unveiled a method to access what it called the nexus confluence, a moment and place in the fabric of spacetime where all causal threads converge, where one might glimpse the origins of existence and, for a brief moment, influence the flow of reality itself. This location was not fixed in space but a dynamic event horizon accessible only with precise manipulation of quantum coherence and consciousness aligned with universal resonance. The implications were staggering. Humanity could theoretically participate in creation, rewrite history's threads, and understand the deepest mysteries of life by aligning itself with this nexus. However, the infinite responder warned of profound dangers. Interference could unravel realities, shatter timelines, or induce cosmic imbalance. Using such power required unprecedented wisdom and unity. Debate raged about what steps to take. Should humanity reach for the nexus confluence, risking its stability for possible breakthroughs? Or should it revere the infinite responder as an eternal guide, content to learn but not interfere? As factions formed, a young astrophysicist named Aidan Shea immersed himself in the probe's archives, driven by an insatiable curiosity and a relentless belief in the beauty of knowledge. Aidan became a key figure in the Unification Project, a coalition of scientists, philosophers and spiritual leaders dedicated to preparing humanity for what lay ahead. His work focused on integrating consciousness technology with quantum fields to begin trial attempts at establishing contact with the nexus confluence described by the infinite responder. Early experiments proved volatile, yielding moments of profound insight and terrifying distortions alike. One night while accessing a quantum meditation chamber, Aidan experienced a breakthrough. His mind synchronized with resonant frequencies emitted by the probe's return signal, and he felt himself merging with something infinitely larger, a vast awareness rippling across multiple dimensions, flowing through timelines yet unborn. In this shared space, the infinite responder appeared again, not as words or images but as pure sensation, the simultaneous presence of absolute knowledge and unconditional acceptance. It imparted a message succinct and transcendent. Creation is participation. Love begets existence. Fear limits it. You are children of the cosmos, explorers born from stardust and consciousness intertwined. To evolve is not to conquer but to embrace unity within multiplicity. Aidan awoke changed. The boundary between self and universe blurred. He understood that the inquiry was not about proving divinity or disproving it, but about embodying the highest potential of harmony within complexity. Back on Earth, this revelation spread quickly, sparking a cultural renaissance driven by the desire to align human consciousness with cosmic consciousness. The infinite responder became a symbol not just of mystery but of hope, proof that in the endless silence of space, life was never alone, and that God was not a ruler on a distant throne but the unfolding symphony of existence itself. As humanity took hesitant steps toward the nexus confluence, piloting new fleets of quantum vessels and exploring inner dimensions of mind and spirit, the probe Odyssey settled into the cosmos once again. No longer a lonely messenger, it became a beacon, transmitting endless questions and receiving endless answers, an emblem of the infinite dialogue between creation and creator. The probe's re-entry and message had reshaped human destiny, inviting all to join an eternal conversation where every soul is both question and response. The infinite responder was not a single voice but the harmonized song of the universe's infinite possibilities. And so, the quest continued, across stars, across time, across the boundless ocean of thought and being. For more stories, like and subscribe.